Joseph Odhiambo Mboya was one of Kenya's most brilliant and influential political leaders, whose life, though tragically cut short, left an indelible mark on the nation's path to independence and development. Born on August 15, 1930, in Kilima Mbogo, near Thika in central Kenya, Mboya rose from modest beginnings to become a prominent trade unionist, Pan-Africanist, and cabinet minister in independent Kenya. His education, political activism, and personal life, including his marriage, reveal a man of great intellect, ambition, and commitment to public service. Mboya was born to Leonardus Ndije and Marcella War, members of the Luo ethnic group. His father worked as a sisal cutter, and Mboya grew up in a sisal estate, experiencing firsthand the challenges faced by African workers under colonial rule. Despite economic hardship, Mboya's intellectual abilities quickly distinguished him. He began his formal education at St. Mary's School, Yola, a Catholic mission school known for academic excellence. After completing his primary education, Mboya earned a place at Holy Ghost College, Mangu High School, one of the top schools in colonial Kenya, where he excelled academically and showed early signs of leadership. Mangu was a pivotal environment for Mboya, instilling in him the values of discipline, social responsibility, and ambition. Following secondary school, Mboya trained as a sanitary inspector at the Kenya Medical Training College (KMTC) in Nairobi, a qualification that allowed him to work in Nairobi's health department. However, his interests and talents soon pulled him into the labor movement and politics. While working as a health inspector, Mboya became deeply involved in labor activism. In the early 1950s, he joined the African Staff Association, and by 1953, he had transformed it into the Kenya Local Government Workers Union. His leadership talents were soon recognized, and in 1953, at the age of just 23, he became the General Secretary of the Kenya Federation of Labor (KFL). This role positioned him as a key figure in mobilizing African workers and advocating for labor rights during a period of heightened anti-colonial resistance. His sharp intellect and eloquence made him a powerful speaker and negotiator. Mboya began to gain recognition beyond Kenya, attending international labor conferences and interacting with global leaders. It was during this period that he built relationships with American civil rights leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and labor leaders such as A. Philip Randolph. In 1955, Mboya was awarded a scholarship to study in the United Kingdom. He enrolled at the Ruskin College, Oxford, a prestigious institution known for educating working-class leaders and trade unionists. At Ruskin, Mboya studied industrial management and political science, gaining theoretical and practical tools that would later define his effectiveness in government. In 1957, he returned to Kenya and was elected to the Legislative Council (LEGCO) as one of the first African members, representing Nairobi. He quickly rose in political prominence, becoming a founding member of the Kenya African National Union (KANU) in 1960. Mboya was a major architect of the Lancaster House Conferences that negotiated Kenya's independence from Britain. One of Mboya's most lasting legacies was the African American Students' Foundation Airlift, popularly known as the Kennedy Airlift. In 1959, recognizing the lack of higher education opportunities for East Africans, Mboya worked with American sponsors to fund the travel and study of African students in the United States. His efforts led to hundreds of East Africans, including a young Barack Obama Sr., the father of U.S. President Barack Obama, studying abroad. The program attracted the attention and support of Senator John F. Kennedy, who later played a crucial role in funding the scholarships. In 1962, Mboya married Pamela Odede, a nurse and fellow Luo from the Nyanza region. Their marriage was widely seen as a union of two prominent, educated Kenyans, Mboya being a rising star in politics and Pamela a symbol of the growing role of professional African women. Pamela stood by Mboya's side throughout his political career and later became involved in civic and health-related work in Kenya. Together, they had 5 children, including Susan Mboya, who would go on to be a well-known business executive and philanthropist. Their marriage was known to be close, despite the high demands of Mboya'S political life. Pamela continued to honor her husband's legacy long after his assassination and played a significant role in preserving his memory through the Tom Mboya Trust and various public service initiatives. After Kenya gained independence in 1963, Mboya was appointed Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs and later Minister for Economic Planning and Development. In this role, he was instrumental in shaping Kenya's first national development plans and promoting industrialization and education reform. He was widely seen as a possible successor to President Jomo Kenyatta, and his modern, internationalist outlook won him admirers both locally and abroad. His leadership style combined pragmatism with a firm belief in meritocracy, and he was known for recruiting and mentoring young technocrats. Mboya emphasized Pan-African unity and worked closely with leaders across the continent, including Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana and Julius Nyerere of Tanzania. Tragically, Tom Mboya's life was cut short on July 5, 1969, when he was assassinated in Nairobi. He was only 38 years old. His death sent shockwaves across Kenya and Africa. The motive for his murder remains a subject of speculation, but it is widely believed to have been politically motivated. His assassination marked a turning point in Kenya's post-independence politics, igniting tensions that would simmer for years. Mboya was buried in Rusinga Island in Lake Victoria. His mausoleum remains a national monument, and his legacy is commemorated in numerous ways, including statues, public buildings, and the Tom Mboya University in Homa Bay County. His contributions to labor rights, education, Pan-Africanism, and Kenya's economic development continue to inspire generations. Despite his short life, Mboya is remembered as a visionary leader whose intellect, energy, and ideals transcended his time.